Okay. What would it mean practically to say to Krishna, I am yours?
Practically,
Yeah.
the way that I understand it is that I don't really have, so I don't know if I don't know how extreme that sounds, but like, well, so 5 years ago, I wasn't planning on being Krishna conscious.
Hmm.
I didn't know anything about Krishna at all. And here I am. So that tells me to some way I don't have really so much control on um, my destiny as I thought that I did with, and so, to go even farther than that, if I, when my activities are done, I don't have any control on that. And the only person that I can understand has full control on that is Krishna. So that's how my mind is when it says that I'm yours. I don't have control on these certain type of things. Um, but that, that's just that's where my mind goes. I mean, with my activities, I try my best to do, exactly what I'm supposed to do, or at least practice what I'm supposed to do. But that's where my mind goes when when they say, oh, I'm yours, like I'm yours, Krishna. I understand that you know the will of Krishna is not my own, and so I don't try to force that or question it as much as I did prior to Krishna consciousness. So
Very nice. So see, the way I'm thinking, see, initially we are going in our material life, we are flowing through it. The way the things goes, right? Many times we plan, nothing works, but we are just going. So material nature is pulling us, right? And as one start practicing devotional service, then Krishna starts pulling the string. And if the devotee, as you are saying, if devotee is very content that, I know I can do this much. My intent is to always practice Krishna consciousness. I'm going to do that, and let me see how Krishna makes me flow. Right? That's exactly what it seemed like. That's what you're trying to say, that you are in the flow, right? And you're letting Krishna take your life.
well, yeah, I mean, I understand that with my activities, I'm supposed to do the best that I can. I'm supposed to, engage in these activities the best that I can. But I also understand that, whatever those outcomes of those activities end up being, is not up to me. And so that's my understanding. And so I try to live by that all the time. Even if there might be some disappointments or something like that,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
remind myself that it's not really up to me at all. I just keep going.
Very good. That's a very good way. Thank you for expressing that way. That's a good shelter. Krishna, you are my only shelter. Whatever you do, whatever the result I get, that's yours.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last question. Um, where do I see sincerity and surrender increasing or struggling in my own practice? So I'll repeat. Where do I see sincerity and surrender increasing or struggling in my own practice?
Coming up with the excuses, Prabhu, like if situation comes up, really that is not able, not making us to participate in a particular service, okay. But if we are keep coming up with some excuses and you know, skipping some kind of service or some kind of like getting away with regular activities apart from Krishna conscious activities. I think that's where we see like okay, there is no much like the sincerity is getting diluted. That's what I could say, Prabhu. Like in terms of discipline in following the Krishna conscious sadhana.
No, so you are saying, so yeah, so I'm looking for the real example, right? So if you have to answer it for you, what would you answer? Do you think that your sincerity and surrender is improving? And this is how you know, because you see these symptoms, or you see that there's a struggle, and you know that this is a struggle because this is what I see in my life.
Yes. Yeah, say suppose like I want to wake up in the morning and do like my chanting. Say suppose if it is really what makes me to stay awake late in the night, and I'm not able to wake up, there is a genuine reason that is good. But simply I'm looking over phone and getting over calls which is not required, simply passing time and not waking up early and skipping some sadhana, like which is helpful to our sadhana, right? So if we are coming up with those excuses to uh, excuses to skip the whatever the sadhana that we are planning to do, then that time it is a lack of sincerity. Prabhu. That's where I could see the measure.
I have one.
Go ahead, Mataji, please.
um, I have a really so caffeine has a really strong hold on me in the form of soda, really bad, very very bad, and that is something I know I shouldn't be doing at all, and I try really hard not to do it, but that I mean I'm weak for some reason. I don't know why. It's bizarre. So the that's there, but then the sincerity piece of it is that I definitely recognize it and I don't try to hide it or be, I would say, fake about it. I know that that's a thing, and the way that I see it is like, who would I be lying to anyway? But myself, really, Krishna already knows that I'm doing it. So why even hide that or try to lie about
Yeah,
it or anything
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
And so I feel bad and good about it at the same time, because I know that it's a weakness of my own, but then I also know that at least I'm not lying about it,
No,
which is, you know,
no, this is very good. See, this is the first step, right? Realizing that where I'm struggling, and we all are struggling. There is some or other struggle for everybody, right? Because we all have some weaknesses, right? So first admitting it, that's the step, that's the success it's by itself, right? And then saying that, okay, I want to make the amend. I'm trying it, I'm failing. I'm trying it, I'm failing. But okay, and then I'm repenting why I did that, why it's happening, what's so Krishna will Krishna is going to bless you sometime the other, as long as you are very sincere in effort. In your effort, I know another devotee who used to drink like 12 cup tea a day. Okay, so he's very addicted to the caffeine in the tea. Slowly he has got to 1 cup, but he's not able to leave that 1 cup. And when he tries, he start getting a lot of headache, right? So the withdrawal symptom and all those start happening, and he feels so bad. But that's where he is right now. So there is sometimes genuine struggle due to our conditioning, but we have to just keep trying to see what substitute instead of drinking. Okay, I have a urge to drink. If I replace the soda with some other drink, which I may like, which doesn't have the content of the, like maybe the Sprite. Sprite doesn't has the caffeine content. So just replacing and see if that's helping, not helping. So devotee can try different things, right? And Krishna will be kind. Yeah, these are small things. But that's love that you're trying. That hey, out of Krishna's love, I would like to leave that also. So that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Wonderful. With that, let's start the class for today. So today we are entering into which chapter? Chapter
11,
12, right?
12. Sorry, indeed.
So chapter 11 was the internal focus, right? So chapter 11 took us how to internally think, right? That's where we focused on, right? From the body, soul, our identity, right? So before that it was okay, we started walking, we there was okay, we have um, the guide how to make sure we don't fall down, right? Aprad and all those stuff. Then we talked about how to nourish our sadhana by adding more thing. Then focus, then okay, now we are nourishing externally, we are trying to nourish, we are doing archanam, vandanam, all those stuff, we are doing it. But then internal focus, chapter 11 converted into internal focus, kankariam, the mood, right? That's what it has to be. So that's we focus now. as now we are focusing on the internally, that internal focus, as I'm changing inside, that will start reflecting outside again. So we starting from external, making sure we are walking properly, and then we are, as I'm getting cleansed, I'm getting cleansed, and I'm focusing more on the internal, and I'm trying to purify myself more, becoming aware, right? And of course, Krishna helping. And as the purification has happened from internal, that will start manifesting in the external symptom again, right? The internal purity will start coming in external, how I am behaving outside, because there's the internal purity. So that's where chapter 12 will be talking about, right? How the internal resolve is being externally reinforced by bhakti, right? How the personal surrender get reflected in the sacred environment and association, right? Like suddenly my association, I'm really craving for meeting the devotees, serving the devotees. So those are external symptoms, because but it's happening because internally I know how important devotees are. And we are going to read later that devotees are non-different than Krishna, because they are Krishna's energy, the pure devotee, right? The exalted devotees. And then how the intention, now I'm becoming more, like for example, taking the Mataji's case, Bri Mataji case, is like, okay, I want to leave my soda habit. So there's the intention. Now, how one is using that intention to protect oneself, right? I don't want to do this. I'll try to do this strategy, that is strategy, right? And then we started like, I am yours, right? Now, how do I show I am Krishna's? Where I show I am Krishna's? How I show I am Krishna's? With whom I show that I am Krishna's? So, so that I am doing it, bhakti will start thriving. That's what chapter 12 is all about. So, chapter 12 is unified teaching flow. Like, so it's basically saying, um, um, what is the name of the chapter? Aspects of transcendental service, right? So aspects of transcendental service. So as we are doing the transcendental service, now we are doing with the higher level of mood, but it's showing externally. That's how I'm serving, right? So we will be going into that chapter, and this is from the verse 207. So let me my screen here. Seven. Okay, here 206. Okay, share screen. Cool. So 204, 205, I'll just read it. Those who worship auspicious Tulsi daily by 9 processes, namely seeing, touching, meditating, glorifying, offering obeisances, praising, planting, serving, and worshipping her, live in the Lord's house for 10 billion yugas. So this is, we talked in the last verse 203, right? We talked about seeing Tulsi destroys all sins, touching her purifies the body, bowing to her destroys all suffering, sprinkling her with water delivers one from death, planting her bestows attachment of the mind to Lord Krishna, offering her to Krishna's lotus feet bestows a special liberation in the form of prema. I offer my respect to Tulsi. So this we are finished, right? So there was this another related verse, right, which I say that, and this, do we do this every day?
Most of the activities, Prabhu.
Yeah, I think we do everything, nine, all the nine, right? So we see, We are seeing the Tulsi Mara. And when we do the Tulsi, so anyone who is doing the Tulsi Aarti, right? I think all these nines are being fulfilled. So we are seeing it, we are touching it, we are meditating as like we are with a very meditative mood. We are doing the Aarti. We are like seeing, glorifying Tulsi Devi, how you have bestowed your mercy that we are able to get in touch with Krishna by giving your leaf. The Krishna is accepting my bhoga, right? Which I have no qualification. So meditating, and then we in the process we are glorifying. Our prayer is all glorification. We are offering obeisances. We offer obeisances to Krishna, Tulsi Maharani. We are praising, right? We just I was like in the prayers, the praise, planting. When we put the water, is planting, and that is also serving, right? And worshipping her. We are worshipping. So I think we are doing all the nine every day. If we are doing the Tulsi Aarti, we are doing it every day. And this is where we start this section, um,
Ji,
which is
it was mentioned both glorifying and praising, Prabhu. Both are same, or is there any difference?
so there are overlap, right? So these are like synonyms, right? So praising and glorifying to me now from the English perspective, it seems one and the same. Okay, but there may be some differences. I think we can check it online. If there's any difference between the glorifying and praising, let me check.
I think there's a difference between praising
Okay,
and glorifying. It's
tell me,
subtle.
Mataji. Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
usually, so when I understand like glorifying Krishna, usually that's these are prayers that explain, the inconceivable nature of Krishna in many different ways, and so we glorify those things. But then we could also also we could praise the glorifications of.
mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like having some type of, in my mind, feeling, and that gives me the praise of that glorification. It's very subtle. It could be the same. Yeah, see? There you go. Perfect. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
praising is something very specific, admiring a painting's color or technique, glorifying, recognizing the artist as a master, and
Mhm,
celebrating their genius. So glorification is much larger realm, and praising is one specific attribute of that. Right.
mhm. Yeah,
Thank you,
because some
Mataji.
of the
Yeah,
glorifications that the Lord has, some people wouldn't praise.
right, right. Thank you, thank you. This is wonderful. Cool. Thank you, Prabhuji, for asking. Okay, so let's read from 206. So who would like to read? Go first. Let's start with Bri Mataji today.
Translation from Skanta Puran. O Narada, fortunate of those people in the world who hear and read the Vaishnav scriptures. Krishna is pleased with them. Those who worship the Vaishnav scriptures in their house become free of all sins and are praised by the devatas. The Supreme Lord Narayan himself lives in the house where the written Vaishnav scriptures have appeared. Vishvanatha Chakravati Thakur's commentary. Tistaste inni atmanipada means to express or manifest oneself. Thus, the meaning is Narayan lives in the house where the written Vaishnav scriptures have spontaneously appeared.
Yeah. So what is the inner takeaway? What's the main takeaway point?
That Narayan and the scriptures um, that are written from the Vaishnav are non-different,
Yes.
and
So
so he
basically,
has.
yeah. So what is telling that? Don't think that this is a metaphorical representation that, oh, we are saying when the scripture is there, the Narayan is there. It's saying it's real. When the scripture is manifesting in in our house, like some devotee comes and gives, okay, we'll give, we are gifting you Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's the blessing. Lord has said that, okay, I am okay to come to this devotee's house, and that's the reason the inspiration happened in this particular devotee who gifted. That's the Chaitanya Charitamrita to some other devotee, right? So it is the Lord really coming in the house. So we should see scripture as a non-different from Krishna himself. So that's what they're trying to explain here.
Prabhu, is it only spontaneously coming or we buy and get it, Prabhu?
Sorry, Mahaprabhu. Sorry, sorry.
Is it only it is coming like causeless mercy, Prabhu, or is it also applicable for when we buy and get it, Prabhu?
So now even for buying, right? Now that can also be said that's the that desire to buy, right? That could have been something else. That desire itself can be attributed to this spontaneously appearing, right? That okay, I have a strong desire, I want to buy. And I want to buy just not because I want to put on the shelf, right? This is talking about when the devotees are thinking that this is something I really want to have it, and this is special, right? So that's how I understand it, Prabhuji.
Got it, Prabhu, yeah. Because for the sake of having it, maybe for prestigious purpose or something like, okay, I have Purana in my home like that.
Yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah,
we don't know, right, Prabhu? Anything can
yeah,
happen. So I'm
yeah.
just
Yeah, no, and see, even they say, right, Prabhu, for example, even for that case, even though we say that, okay, that's a little different, but even for that, they say that it's a time bomb. Like the Prabhupada used the word time bomb, right? That these were, and there are references where I heard about this real story. Somebody was given a Bhagavad Gita, that person out of whatever, because he fought obliged, he took the Bhagavad Gita, he left in a window outside, and this is not in India, some country. He left the Bhagavad Gita on the windowsill there, and he walked away. Nobody knows what. Okay, this guy who's walking by, after a few days or whatever, he saw the Bhagavad Gita. He saw it just lying there, took it and kept it at his home. His son comes after some time, takes it out, he reads it, and he becomes a devotee. Right? So they say that this is a time bomb, and I think Bri Mataji's story is very similar. Like Bri Mataji, you were given the book somewhere, right? That's what you were telling, or was it Jessica Mataji? I don't know whose was that.
Mm, it might have been Jessica. I
Jessica,
met a
okay.
devotee and didn't know. He just gave me the books because I
He
was
just
excited.
he just gave you the book.
Yeah, he was like, "This is the perfect yoga," and I'm like, "I love yoga," and he's like,
Okay,
"If you promise to read it, then I'll give it to you," and I'm like, "Yay!" So
okay,
yeah,
and that's how you started reading the book. That's how you came
yeah. I
to.
read the Bhagavad Gita and then I didn't understand it, so I looked at the back and found the temple, and that's
Uh-huh.
how I found you guys.
So see, somebody is spontaneously came to you, right?
Yeah.
Yours was like, ah, yay, right? Okay. And then, but that person appeared, he gave the Bhagavad Gita, he or she gave the Bhagavad Gita to you,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Mine came in the mail
See, hers came in the mail.
at
See,
my business, but I didn't order it though.
so see, it's
It
complete
just came.
spontaneous.
Yeah,
See,
it
it's
came in the
spontaneous.
mail, and
Yeah.
I looked at it. I didn't know what it was, so I just put it on the shelf and I just kind of ignored it. And then when I started talking to the devotee, he told me to order the Bhagavad Gita, and I said I already have that book,
Uh-huh.
so I
Uh-huh.
already had it.
See, so see, they both the cases, I will say qualify as spontaneous. Just qualify as spontaneous. I mean, thank you for sharing. I hope anybody who listens, they will see that how Lord has manifested in both of your houses in the form of Sastra, a book. Right? Wonderful example. Loved it. Okay, Mataji, 12th.
I also
Pri Mataji?
It was,
Sorry?
sounds like somebody else is speaking.
Oh, Preeti Mataji, I suppose. Are you speaking?
yes, Prabhu, I don't
Your
know.
voice is pretty low. Can you speak a little closer to the mic? Yeah, yeah, okay.
Are you able to hear?
It's a little feeble.
Are you able to hear me, Prabhu?
Much better. Much better. Yes.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I joined through my phone. My laptop has some issue.
So I was saying I would like to share since it's about the gifts from somebody else. So even I got Chaitanya Charitamrita Prabhu. I was not expecting. So
Uh-huh.
Brij Kripa Prabhuji gifted it to me. So I started reading it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, since you mentioned it's like gift coming, Lord is willing to come to
Mm.
you. So I feel
Mm.
so fortunate. Yeah. I just wanted to share.
Thank you, Matai. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Yes, Bri Mataji, please continue. You are mute.
Whoops, sorry. Translation. Also in the 12th canto, service to the scripture is illustrated. Srimad Bhagavatam is declared as the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. One who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow will never be attracted to any other literature.
Mm. Okay, continue.
Translation. Serving Mathura and other holy places, verse 89, illustrated in the Varaha Puran. The fool who gives up Mathura and develops attraction for some other place wanders in material world birth after birth, bewildered by my Maya.
Okay, so just on the on this one, Srimad Bhagavatam declared the essence of all Vedanta philosophy, one who has felt satisfaction. So this sentence, one who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow will never be attracted to any literature. I think that is worth reflecting on. What it is telling that it is just not merely philosophy, it fully satisfies the heart with the rasa, nectarian mellow, right? So, and it is will never be attracted to any other literature. It's saying that the it is Bhagavatam doesn't negate others. It just negates the desire, and then our desire is only to read Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So I think there will be a lot more. I think on this, I hope. Um, but I just wanted to say, and then now on the serving the matra, what is the key takeaway, Mataji here? Any thought or sorry, anybody? And is the matra? So think about this. Is this reference of the matra is the first time, or we have heard about the matra in the Nectar devotion earlier also?
I remember hearing about it earlier.
Yeah. So now the question is why it is coming repeatedly.
He's talking about Dhammas. I think we discussed the uh, first 20 pravritti nivritti bhakti process by the sadhana bhakti.
Yeah, yeah. So that's true. The Dhamma has been talked about, right? And then through that, we talked about the going to the different holy places. Okay. But see, now it is specifically talking about the Mathura and Vrindavan, right? Serving Mathura and other holy places. In the fool who gives up Mathura and develops attraction for some other place wanders in the material world birth afterwards, bewildered by my Maya. So it's telling the Mathura is a special, and Mathura says Mathura Kshetra. Mathura Kshetra means the area of Mathura, which includes Vrindavan. So Mathura means all the area within that region, that district. So Mathura, Vrindavan, all those places comes under this. So it's telling that this Mathura has such a special potency that it awakens bhakti. And once somebody is on the path of bhakti, the Maya cannot touch. So it is telling that if one is not in Mathura, then they will be wandering in this material world. So it is such an important place, right, which will awaken our bhakti. And we talked about also in the past that it's it's just not the physical place, it's the mood of that physical place. And that physical place one can carry, the devotee carries in one's heart. In that, and that can happen that one may be living in his house, they may be visiting the temple, but they might be in Mathura because they're always carrying Krishna within themselves, their pastime, right? But because our purity now, we are not there yet, so our purity is not that much. So whenever there is a chance, if it is possible, we should try to visit Mathura and Vrindavan and see how it help us to grow our bhakti. So but I know some devotee who have never visited Mathura and Vrindavan, and but because they are, by the mercy of their guru, they are carrying the Mathura in their heart. All right, 12.
Translation. This is also illustrated in the Brahmananda Puran. The bliss at the stage of Prima, which is rarely obtained even by serving all the holy places in the three worlds, is available just by touching Mathura. Jiva Goswami's commentary. Paramananda Mai, composed of the highest bliss, here indicates one of the symptoms of Prima.
This thing which is rarely obtained
Parananda.
even by serving all the holy places in the three worlds, is available just by touching Mathura. So it is just, it's like a glorification of Mathura, that how potent it is that one can go and visit all the places, but if just one comes to Mathura, it is equivalent to all, because this is the place of Krishna and Krishna's pastime.
Does that also mean, so I have some really very nice friends who know that I've never been there, and so they've given me dust, and they gave me two of the trees, the leaves from the trees of Mathura. Would that be okay? Say I'm just never fortunate enough to.
So it's definite. So see, we say that lords and lords paraphernalia are one and the same. They should be treated equally. And Vrindavan dust, because what we say, we would like to become the speck of the dust of the Lord's lotus feet. So one dust touching the Lord's lotus feet, and even the small particle of that dust, would like to become that. Now you have that dust in your home, and that is something. It's just not a dust. I know some devotee, they take every day, they take one morsel of that, one
The
drop,
tiny,
yeah,
yeah,
tiny thing,
that's what they
they'll put
told
on,
me, and then
yeah,
yeah,
put, yeah, on their, they eat it, and then,
the
and
tongue, yeah.
I'm telling you, I have one devotee, she tells me that she finds it very sweet, and she was telling that, Prabhu, I have my mind, I have given her this much, like quite a bit. She said, everything is over, can you give me more, right? So she really, physically, she tastes it very sweet, right? So so yes, Mataji, see, while you don't have the opportunity to visit, you can create the Vrindavan through your heart, through your mind. And just seeing those, like you remember the leaves, you remember uh, the sand, and it's called Vraj Raj, right? It's the word is Vraj Raj. So it's the lifeblood. So Raj is like a kind of a blood. It's like a lifeblood of Vrindavan. That's what they call it, the sand of Vrindavan. Okay,
Mm.
so you have that in your home, so you can just relish it, and you will always remember Mathura all the time. Okay, uh, some other devotee, 13.
Translation.
Go ahead.
Hearing about the remembering, glorifying, desiring, seeing, visiting, touching, taking shelter, and serving Madhura fulfills all desires of human beings. This has been described in the Puranas. I have not elaborated this here for fear of increasing the volume of the book. Hello, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Sorry, I have a customer.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Mataji. Okay. Somebody else can read the commentary. Mataji as a customer.
Yes, Prabhu. The Jiva
Go ahead.
Goswami's commentary. The
Uh-huh.
meaning of Prekshita, seen, is to be seen from a distance, going close by. So not contacting directly. Srita means accepting as one's shelter. Sevita means being served with activities such as cleaning the place. The items in this list fulfill the desires of all beings with successively increasing power. Thus, serving is most powerful.
Yeah, so serving the place. So this is also said that we should not be going to a dham just for the sightseeing. The mood should be that I'm going to the dham to serve the Lord. So that should be the mood. And so that's the reason it's also recommended that one should not visit a place more than 3 days unless someone has some special seva. So you can convert into a long term, like so people staying in Vrindavan for month and month, but just for the going and visiting the places is just not good enough. One should be doing some seva, something else while they are living there. And that's the reason here. Okay. Hearing about, remembering, glorifying, desiring, seeing, visiting, touching, taking shelter, and serving Mathura fulfills all the desires of human beings. So see how much, like 3 or 4 verses we have got here now. Okay. You're back, Jessica Mataji?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, go ahead. 214.
Translation:
Yeah.
Service to a Vaishnava from Padma Purana. Of all types of worship, worship of Vishnu is supreme. O Devi, worship of devotees, however, is even superior to that.
Okay, what is the key takeaway here?
Worship Worshiping devotees is even better
Yes.
than worshiping
Yeah. Okay. So now, how to understand this?
servant of the servant.
Yes. No. So what do you mean? That can we just we say that oh, worshipping the devotee is even better than worshipping Vishnu, which is Krishna. Now, does it mean that one can go and replace Krishna's deity form with a devotee's deity form? How to? That's what I'm asking. How to understand that?
Devotees are non-different um, than Krishna. So aren't we? I heard somebody say servant of the servant of the servants, and so um, we, with our spiritual masters, we definitely worship them and try to serve in that mood. Correct?
Yes. So, but there is so the emphasis here is the angas which are applied to Krishna also gets applied to devotees. And this in this case is talking about the exalted and pure devotees. Okay, even the any devotee actually means first I'm starting from exalted and pure devotee, and then we'll talk about any devotee also. Oh, so but why serving the devotee is saying that it is even superior to that? Where that is coming from? Because we know that of course devotee can never become superior to Krishna, but why it is saying that this serving the devotee is even superior to serving Krishna directly?
Prabhuji, isn't it like if you're pleasing if you're serving the devotees of the Lord, the Lord will be more pleased than serving him?
And why? That's the question I'm asking. Why?
Um,
Because serving the devotee is like serving Krishna, because we see Krishna in the devotee.
That's very good, but there's something, there's some one specific thing which we are not talking yet.
Mataji, maybe she knows. I think she was going to say something.
So see one
maybe,
thing which is go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead.
maybe since the pure for the exalted devotees, Prabhu, the Lord has more or at least more attachment or love towards them. If that is what you're looking for.
It's very close, very close. The
Das
Krishna, go ahead.
Dasanudasa. He becomes a. It is said, right, Prabhu, like when devotee, he becomes dasa for the exalted devotee,
Very
like,
good.
right,
Very
Prabhu?
good.
Like
That's the
when
answer.
um
Yes.
uh, I remember you saying initially, when we completely surrender and we don't have any intention rather than only serving to Lord, he himself starts coming back of us and he becomes our dasa. So
Yes. So
it is
Lord,
dasa anudasa.
yeah. So Lord comes under the full control. So
Yes.
nobody can
Yes.
control Krishna, right?
Yeah.
Nobody can control Krishna. But Krishna can be controlled by the love of his devotee, right? So now because Krishna is being controlled by the love of this pure devotee, and now if I am worshipping or serving this devotee, and devotee prays only, oh Krishna, please, I'm praying for Murnali Mataji. Please take care of him. Now, see how it is more powerful than Murnali Mataji directly worshipping Krishna. Because Murnali Mataji keep worshipping Krishna. Krishna is telling, okay, okay, Murnali Mataji, you are doing good, but you need to do more. Okay, good, good, good. Do keep doing more. Mrinalini Mata is thinking, oh, why? What's happening? I'm trying, but nothing is happening because Krishna is expecting higher level. But now this devotee comes and he or she is praying from Mrinalini Mataji. Krishna, please take care of Mrinalini Mataji. She's very nice. She served me really nicely. Now Krishna will hear immediately. That's the reason why it's saying that it is even superior than worshipping Krishna. Okay, so it's not that devotee is higher. So this is the devotees higher, superior to Krishna in the mood of rasa. Nobody can ever be higher than Krishna. But when there is a rasa and the relationship between the devotee and Krishna, that rasa, which is coming from the relationship of that devotee to Krishna, becomes higher because through that love, Krishna is coming under the control. And then now, if the application is put forward by that devotee for Murnalini Mataji or any of you, then our case will be heard very quickly by Krishna. Okay, so that's the very, very important differentiation which that simple line is trying to say. And so there is a proper application. And what is that application for in our life? What we should do, how we should take that forward?
Serve devotees.
Serve devotees. Very important. We should serve, we should have that and try it, let's try not to lose this because as we are growing forward, sometimes we forget our ego will start coming and start rubbing with each other, and this we have seen many times, right? So we should never forget this. I have to serve the devotee. I am das anudasa das, right? With that mood, due to this. Okay, and if we keep doing that, it's just a matter of time. All right, Mataji, please continue here.
In the third canto, it is said, by serving the devotee, one will develop a fixed manifestation of bhava, or the feet of the personality of Godhead, possessed of an eternal form, the enemy of the Maru demon that bhava vanquishes one's material distresses. Jiva Goswami's commentary. According to the Amara Kosha Kuta Stata means that which is everlasting with one form, by service to the devotee, there will be fixed titra manifestation, rasha or rati, baba for the feet of the killer of the Maru demon.
So see, this is the technical analysis. Jiva Goswami is looking into Sanskrit and saying that that's the reason how he is translating it. He's telling that as one is serving the devotee, that there will be a specific bhava a devotee will manifest. So if I am, let's say, Mrinalini Mataji is serving a Brijvasi, and that Brijvasi has a special mood of parental love, right? So that's Sthai Bhava, that will start transforming and coming into Mrinalini Mataji heart, right? So, and that Bhava will vanquish Mrinalini Mataji's any material desire she might have had. Okay, so that will vanquish. That's what he's trying to say. Okay, Mataji, 216.
Translation. Also, the Skanda Purana says, where sin is for the person who has been a Vaishnava, whose body is marked with conch and disc, who has tulasi majaris on his head, and whose limbs are smeared with gopi chanda. Chanda.
So,
Translation.
so how do we understand this? What it's trying to say?
It's the tilak on the body.
Yeah.
It purifies
So,
the sins,
of whose sin?
the Vaishnava.
So it is referring to the person who is seeing the Vaishnava. So let's say you have put a tilak and you have decorated yourself with the chandan, right? And you put it and you're walking. Somebody sees that their sin is getting purified by seeing your Vaishnava tilak. And the internal meaning is it's just not, oh, I saw it, oh, it's nice looking tilak. So that is itself is a good thing. See, as long as, but if the person thinks, oh, I know these tilaks are typically put on by the devotees. They must be Krishna devotee. That thought will take away the sin of this person, right? So anybody who glorifies, who's a materialistic person, who glorifies by looking at the Vaishnava, they glorifies in their heart also. Even if they are not saying the word, even if in their heart, they get the credit of uh, the Sukriti, a gas Sukriti, which is this mysterious thing where they are getting into their bank balance, which will help them to develop that taste for bhakti. And one day, these are devotees suddenly who get suddenly they will get the book, suddenly they will hear the kirtan, and then they will get attracted. Right? So their sins are getting vanquished. So that's the reason many times we put on this talak and we nicely dress so that somebody can go and if they appreciate, they will go. They will go back. Means their journey will start. Yes, Bhate, 17.
The first canto says, simply by our remembering you, our houses becomes instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing you, your holy feet, and offering you a seat in our home.
Okay, again, what it is telling, how to elaborate it.
Deity worship, Prabhuji.
No, no, Mata. It is referring to the Vaishnava again. Simply
Oh.
because that's the topic, right? Simply by
Mhm.
seeing the Vaishnava is telling that our house becomes instantly sanctified. Right? So let's say you are thinking that okay, some you let's say you know your some sannyasi or some exalted devotee, and you are remembering, I wish that the devotee can come to my home, and like just remembering that is sanctifying your house instantly. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing your holy feet, and offering you a seat in our home. So if those things happen, what about that? Means naturally is going to be much higher, right? Just by
Mhm.
remembering when we are getting so much of uh, uh, bhakti rasa, then what about personally serving that devotee? So we should try to, whenever we should, of course, we can aspire, and there's nothing wrong in aspiring. Um, but we shouldn't be competing. Oh, uh, that devotee is coming. Why that devotee is not coming in my house? That's the materialistic thinking. That's where I'm using I'm doing the competition, material competition in the spiritual world, and sometimes we devotee end up doing that. Okay, so we should be aware of that. That's not good. Krishna doesn't like that. But in our heart, we can always remember the devotee. If that devotee can come in my house, or I can serve that, Krishna will, in a very mystical way, he can fulfill our desire. Very mystical ways. Okay?
A question.
Yes.
So let's say if the Vaishnava is wearing the tilak and people see it, but they're not favorable of it, like they don't think anything good. Do they still get purified from it?
No, no,
No. Okay.
no. So if they are thinking of the negative thought, they don't. Okay. So but if the Vaishna if they if they do anything positive, then that multiplies by 10,000s, and that's where the purity begins. But if you are saying bad words, oh, look what kind of joker he is or she is, what you've got over here. So in that case, they are not getting purified. Yes, Prabhuji.
Who like then giving tilak and going to public places. So that time, do you think like we are unnecessarily making others, commit sin, Prabhu? Like,
So
what do you suggest, Prabhu?
yeah, so Prabhu, so see, so typically people, they don't comment on just like on the people's things, right? But when we are interacting, that's the reason when we are going on Sankirtan, we are dancing, we are very polite, we are smiling at people. We are not, so when we are doing the book distribution, we should be careful that we are not unnecessary forcing anybody, right? We should only distribute the books to the people who are willing to take it. Of course, we can make the situation nice by offering them gift, which we do, like we offer the cookies or the burritos, right? So we are creating a good positive vibe in them, right? And then we offer the book. But we should not, so, and that is all good, right? We are creating the nice vibe and then we are offering and they're taking. So that is all good. But unnecessarily, so this is the one of the aparad, right? And this is the 10 within the 10 aparad, right? Which is the ninth one, that going and sharing about Krishna to the person who's not favorable is kind of aparadh, because then that pushes that person even further away from Krishna. So we are increasing, because now that person who is being not very positive about the devotee, or say that this person who is negative about the devotee, Krishna doesn't like that. So Krishna is going to give some result of that to that person, because he or she abused the devotee, right? So, but ultimately that person's bhakti has gone far, right? And Krishna doesn't like that either, right? So that's the reason we don't want to trouble Krishna, right? We want to make sure that every devotee is coming closer to Krishna. That's the reason why we are careful, and that's the reason why it is called in the aparad. And to answer your question, no, if you are just, there will be some people who may, in the in the very special situation, we have heard that somebody came and spitted on the devotee, um, because that person might have some bad experience. So like out of nowhere, that person came and spitted on this brahmachari and left, and that brahmachari just tolerated it, right?
And Prabhu, and one more thing, sorry to extend here, Prabhu.
Yeah.
See, sometimes like um, having tilak and going to Indian community itself, so who are much familiar to this culture. That time they might comment like, okay, he's doing overaction or something like that, right, Prabhu? So like he's showing off that he's a good devotee. So those kind of things, um, if we like, we may hear, we may not hear, Prabhu, but there are people, because
Yes. Yes.
honestly, I used to comment, Prabhu. I have like loose tongue. I
Mm.
had. So okay, if somebody is doing okay, I used to comment like in friends group, right? Like in friendly mode. So okay, he's doing such that. So, but whether we are doing jokingly or seriously, but still it is aparadh, right, Prabhu?
It
So
is, it is Aparadh, Prabhuji. Yes. So you see, in this cases, that's the reason. You see, if we know that we are going to a place which is not at all forthcoming for devotion, we don't dress in the Vaishnava. Means it's not recommended for the most of the people to go and dress in the Vaishnava and go there. Let's say you don't. There are devotees who have taken the risk, who have gone to the bar with full Vaishnava attire, but typically for the mere mortal like us, it's not recommended that we should try to do that, right? Or go to the the places where there will be enmity from the people. Um, so we should be, yeah. This is where we have to use our judgment, that which is the appropriate place and which is not an appropriate place. Okay. Some other devotee, 218.
I can read from translation. Adi Purusha says, those who claim to be my devotees are not my devotees. Those who are the devotees of my devotees, I consider them to be my best devotees.
Yes. Wow. See, I think most of you must have heard this verse, right? Many times in the lecture we have seen they talk about this verse, and this is again the glorification of the devotee. So we should not to repeat again, but now you know the trick. If we really want to accelerate on our path of bhakti, what we have to do? Just take the opportunity, try to come and hear the exalted devotee. Sometimes these exalted devotees are not wearing the saffron, okay? It is very hard sometimes to judge who is exalted, not exalted. So let's try to maximize our chances by trying to come and hear the devotees, and then slowly you will start experiencing some relationship. Some devotee will feel more attuned than the others. Okay. So thank you. Okay. Go ahead, Mataji.
Translation. All the angas of bhakti described in relation to the Lord are also angas in relation to the devotees of the Lord. This is the conclusion of the wise.
Okay. What does it says? How to understand this?
So they are as worshipable as Krishna.
Very good. Very good. So go ahead. Okay, I thought somebody was speaking. So all the angas of bhakti described in relation to the Lord. So whatever all the angas, like so let's say there are 64 limbs.
64 rules.
Yeah, so we are talking about each and every of them are applicable to the devotees of the Lord. Okay? So we should be very respectful to, and like we should be looking for the opportunity to serve these exalted pure devotee. Now here I'll add further. Even what to speak of the pure devotee, we should be respectful to each and every devotee. And who is a devotee? By the simple definition, who is the devotee?
Jiva.
Whoever say one time Hare Krishna also like is a
Yes,
devotee.
exactly. Okay, so even somebody says Hare Krishna with sincerity, not like even it says actually in Bhagavatam it says that somebody even if jokingly they say Hare Krishna, they even say Krish of the Krishna, they say Ra of the Rama, Sa of the Sita. Krishna is giving them the blessings. So Lord is so merciful. Okay. So everybody gets that. So we have to be, what does it mean? Then we have to be respectful to all. And that is where we, we can measure ourselves. Am I becoming compassionate to everybody? Or am being like, okay, I only go and focus on the deity form of the Krishna and do not worry about the devotee. So our maturity is initially we start going to the temple and admiring the deity for many of us, but then we have to see that we have to grow. We should start admiring the devotee. If there is a rush, a lot of people will say that they will push people around and they'll try to go into the front because they want to see the Lord the closest possible, right? So the maturity is this devotee can stand from behind and look at the Lord and admire the Lord and pray for all the devotee around. So in that case, this devotee standing in the back is a lot more exalted than all the devotees who are in front of him or her. So that's how we should understand this. Okay, so we have covered up to 19 and we have to go up to 37. This is the observing festival. Okay, so we can, okay, no, this is, okay. So then we'll stop here. So because the next section is about the festivals. Okay, so that's the next section we'll start. So we will resume in the next class. Okay, on the Friday we will start from 2:20. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hari Bol Fauji. Hari Bol.